Hello, friends. Welcome to episode 9 of the Kpop Weekly podcast with Emily Mallon. I'm your host. Welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here. Last week was insanely fun. Stray Kids episode, so much fun. I'm still on a high from Stray Kids comeback. I'm sure a lot of you are as well. Shout out to Meg for being an amazing guest and contributor on the show. It's a lot of fun to have a chance to fangirl a little bit. I may be a music critic, but in my heart of hearts, I'm still a fangirl sometimes, and Stray Kids bring that out in me. So thank you for indulging me in my stay obsession. If this is your first time watching or listening to my show, welcome. Happy to have you. This is a weekly K-pop podcast for music lovers. And what I mean by that is it's really about the music. Although there are times where I might fangirl, I talk about biases. For me, the most important thing is the music. I'm here to give you my opinions, my critique of new music releases every single week from big groups, small groups, and everyone in between. So if you love music, maybe you don't love K-pop, come to my show. Let me introduce you to some stuff that I think is great. And let me tell you what stuff you might want to avoid because you might not vibe with it. That's what this show is about. I try to be fair and balanced, and not everything can't be great. If everything's great, nothing's great, right? So I try really hard to kind of let you know why I vibe with something more than something else. Um, yeah, that's it. That's what the show's about. It's about music. I love music. I'm the biggest nerd for music, and I love K-pop. I love being a part of this world. Thank you for welcoming me into your homes, into your ears, your car, wherever you are listening or watching right now. Thank you. I'm extremely grateful. Day after Thanksgiving, gratitude is in the air, and I'm so grateful for K-pop, for this show, and for the opportunity to talk to you. This week, I have reviews of aespa's comeback, BI, and a new song from P1Harmony. I'm a really big fan of those guys, so I wanted to talk about this release. It came out a few weeks ago. So many comebacks in November. I'm a couple weeks behind on these, but I wanted to give them a full review and give myself enough time to really listen and absorb the music. So we have some good music, some good stuff coming. Before I get into the reviews, Fandom Face Off. The Fandom Face Off, the second one, is happening hopefully in December, hopefully next month. What I need from you, listeners, I need an Atony and an Engine who want to present their group and share with us why you love this group, what they mean to you, why you think they're the best. There will be a special guest judge. If you didn't catch the last Fandom Face Off, look it up. It's on my channel. It was amazing. It was Stay versus Moa. We had a really nice, fun conversation. There's no fan wars. This is about elevating fandom. This is about breaking the stereotype that we're all fighting and hate each other. A lot of us are Maltese who love so many of these groups. I want to have a positive conversation. The first one went so well. I'm really looking forward to Atony versus Engine, but I need you to submit. I've got some Atonys, but Engines, where are you? Hive stands are now, it took a while to get T by T fans to step up last time. It's taking a while this time for Engines. So Engines, come on. I need you. It'll be fun. It's friendly. It's nice. Please join me. Let's get to these reviews. First review this week, it's aespa. If you're not familiar with aespa, they're a 4-member girl group. They debuted almost exactly 3 years ago to the date in 2020 under SM Entertainment. This is a mini album. It's called Drama, the 4th mini album. They gave us 7 songs, so that's a lot for a mini album. They gave us a nice chunk of new music here. The single is called Drama. Okay, you probably heard me talking about this last week because when Meg and I were talking about dance challenges, I was saying I was so tired of dance challenges to Drama because like every idol has done it at this point. Let's talk about the song. Let's talk about the meat of this release. Something in this sounded a little different to me, a little different from what I would expect from aespa. There was something I was like, huh, when I first listened to it. And then I found out This is the song that Lee Suman wanted to be about planting trees and saving the environment. If you don't know that whole saga, I'm not going to get into it, but Lee Suman had a deal with like the Department of Environment or something, and he was going to force aespa to release this song about planting trees. And apparently the girls cried and refused. Obviously, a lot has transpired at SM since then, but it was interesting to me that they decided to rework the song, and this is the song. I think this will grow on me. This is one of those ones that upon first listen, I wasn't crazy about. I'm not the biggest fan of this one. It sounded a little basic compared to like the fierceness of Next Level and Savage. I'm thinking about when aespa debuted 3 years ago, the excitement around them. They were such badasses. And I think some stuff has happened here and within the past year where their identity has kind of gotten muddied. This song to me doesn't have the fierceness of some of the previous releases. And I think that's fine. Every song doesn't have to be like fierce and aggressive and everything else, but what bothers me about it, this one's trying to be, I bring the drama. I'm this bad girl, and I just didn't totally feel it. I do feel like musically there is some drama there. There's some nice stuff here in the production, but it just didn't resonate with me. It didn't work for me. That chorus kind of, it just feels a little basic, and it left me feeling flat. It's not bad. The song's not bad, but there's nothing that stood out and made me be like, yes, I love this. So I'm a massive, massive aespa fan too. I loved them since debut, and they're one of the rare girl groups because to be honest, I'm more of a boy group fan. If I'm paying my own money to go see a concert, it's usually going to be a boy group, but I've paid to see aespa. I love aespa. So maybe my expectations are too high, but I just kind of felt like, all right. There's some better stuff on the album. I can't wait to get to that. But first, I want to talk about the music video. The video is way better than the song. The music video here is so much better than the song, and it sells the song. So it did make me like the song more. So mission accomplished to the team. Cool opening sequence with choreography. They're like assassins, they're badasses. And the styling, it's dark, it's black and red and cool and sexy. Speaking of red, I loved the red hair on Winter. Great, great look. I think all four of them look beautiful. They look great. Great styling. Karina's hair. Karina used to have long, gorgeous hair. And remember when they dyed it blonde? Oof, it didn't really work. And it looks like it killed her hair. So it's shorter now, but she still looks really beautiful. I think it looks great. Like these are four pretty girls. There's no question. And what I think works really well for aespa, they look different. It's very easy to find your favorite member right away. They're very distinct looking. All four of them have different looks and different personalities. I like that. I think that's a formula as old as time in pop music where you get really different personalities and looks. So the general public will relate to one more than the other. Think about the Spice Girls. I love it. I think it's smart. And this group has that. The choreography fits the song. I thought there was some good choreography there. Obviously, the drum, the like arm thing is made for TikTok, made for dance challenges. But I will say the music video is good and it's much more effective for their kind of badass image. I just don't love the song. Something in this whole comeback has me feeling a little flat. So let's get to the album. Let's talk about the album. My album picks from this song, these were just the songs that stood out to me that I loved. Better Things, Don't Blink, and Hot Air Balloon. 3 very different songs, different sounding songs, but I liked them. Don't Blink, let's talk about that one first. You have this like bluesy guitar riff that starts things off. It's different. This is a different sound. It's a different vibe. But I think the content of the song and the music of the song still ties in kind of the aespa badass girl group identity. And it was just so different that it grabbed my ear. I thought, oh, what is this? I really like this. I like the chords. I like what's going on musically in this one. Hot Air Balloon is like the opposite of everything. And this isn't a badass song. This is a really bubbly, happy song, literally flying like a hot air balloon. The high chorus would usually put me off, but in this case, it works. I like it. I think they sound great. And it's just such a happy song. Like it reminds me of Stacy and Weekly from a couple years ago, like that type of vibe. This is really bubbly, happy, bouncy, fun, but it's done well. It works well. I'm sold. Every song doesn't have to be, I'll make you cry, savage, badass songs. But if you're not going to do that, and that's kind of your identity, then you have to, the other songs have to be really great. And my last pick on this album was really great. Better Things is by far my favorite song on this album. I saw them perform that at their concert here in LA. I knew the second I heard it, this song's a hit. I'm obsessed with it. It's consistently been one of my most listened to songs. It's happy and it has a lighter sound. You've got some almost, I want to say like 80s or 90s feel in there. But the message is still, I've got better things to do with my time. I've got better things to do with my time than you. Yes, girls, talk your stuff. Yes. It's so good. It's so good. There's good harmonies on this one. Obviously, you have nice vocal moments in this group because you have Winter and then you have Ning Ning. Ning Ning, I think, has the most interesting voice. And she stands out because she really goes low and there's a warmth there. But Winter hits those high notes, that belting SM note. She kills it. Um, there's so many things in this group that I love. I just didn't like this drama song. With Better Things, that's been my theme song this whole fall. I've got better things to do with my time. Better things to do with my time. It's sassy, it's fun, and musically, it's great. It's great. It's my favorite. Like favorite by far. I wish the whole album went in this direction because I think this direction works for them. Everything doesn't have to sound dark to be badass. The lyrics and the message are still, we're those girls. We're those girls that are too spicy for you. We're those girls that are savage, and we've got better things to do with our time. Me too. Hmm. So this comeback in total didn't blow me away because I'm not a massive fan of drama. It's just not for me. But there's a few really good songs, and Better Things is so freaking good. I just want to listen to Better Things. Let's talk biases before I get to my rankings. My bias has always been Karina, and I think it always will be Karina in this group. She's total package of a K-pop star. She's beautiful. She's fierce. She attacks the performance. She's talented. She can do a lot of different things. Love her. And then when I saw them live, I really got Winter. I really got Winter. I was like, okay, yeah, she stands out. I would say maybe the most Winter stands out. She's my record for sure. She's visually so interesting. She's very, very pretty, but like she's like this delicate little fairy. She's very tiny and she has this beautiful face. Everything's very delicate. But her voice is really powerful. She's an interesting performer and an interesting idol. She's my wrecker, but I think Ning Ning and Giselle are killing it. So in this group, it's hard to go wrong. Let's get to it though. I liked a few songs. I didn't feel some of the stuff on this album. Here are my rankings from aespa's Drama, the fourth mini album, from least favorite to favorite. Number 7, YOLO. Number 6 was the title track. Didn't work for me. Drama. Number 5 is You. Number 4 was Trick or Treat. I did like that one. That one was fun. Number 3, Don't Blink. Number 2, Hot Air Balloon. And my number one song from this aespa release, by far, Better Things. That is an anthem. That is my bitchy. I saw your text message. I didn't even respond because I've got better things to do with my time. Sorry. If you know, you know. I love it. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that song resonated with. So those are my rankings. This was a mixed bag comeback for me. Not my favorite, not horrible. There's some good stuff on there. I did like the Trick or Treat song, but the timing doesn't work. Like we talked about it with Leave with Stray Kids last week, how it's kind of a fall song. It's about leaves falling even at one point, and it's fall, so that makes sense. Don't release a Trick or Treat song after Halloween. You missed it. You missed your window. So maybe save that for the next comeback. I don't know. It's a pretty solid aespa sounding song, so I think they could have shelved it and put it on the next comeback. Congratulations to aespa. I'm really happy to have them back. I'm so interested in where they're going to go. I'm so interested in the next chapter because when they came out, it was this huge thing that they were going to have these avatars. It's actually an 8-member group. And then they just dropped the ball on that. And SM does that a lot. NCT Hollywood, like that didn't happen. SM does that so much. And it's like, you can't promise something to your fans and then all of a sudden the concept is gone. It's confusing for the fans. So, they've kind of had an identity crisis here. And I think they're doing okay, but the label can do more to really right this ship. I also have to say, and this is an aside, but are there too many K-pop groups? I've been thinking about this, and it's like, definitely with SM, they debut Rise. They just give them a couple songs. They still haven't had an EP or a mini album. And then, like, weeks later, they're like, oh, this is another new boy group, new team. Why are you doing that? You just debuted this group that you haven't even given like a full mini album or EP. And now this week you have aespa, and then 3 days later, Red Velvet's come back. Why are you having your girl groups compete with each other? Why are the young boy groups coming out at the same time? I think it's watering down the product. I think it's kind of, for someone like me who loves K-pop, who's really excited about debuts, it's hard to get really enthusiastic about groups because, like, for Rise, I love them. But from an outsider's perspective, it's like, I haven't had time to even learn the names, and you're giving me another new boy group. And then with aespa and Red Velvet, I love aespa and I love Red Velvet. Love Red Velvet. But it was like, okay, cool. I have 2 days with this aespa comeback, 3 days with the aespa comeback. Now here's Red Velvet's. You're not giving fans time to absorb the music and to really enjoy the comeback. You're just throwing so much stuff against the wall to see what sticks. And I think it's a disservice, not only to the groups, but to the fans. And maybe I'm wrong on this, but I'm just talking as kind of a frustrated fan. I spend all my time on this. Clearly, I have a podcast about K-pop. Clearly, I'm obsessed with it. And I feel like I don't have time. There's no time to do all the reviews I want to do because there's too much coming out. There's too much coming at me. I wish we had less groups so the labels could just focus on that group. And that would be, in this generation, you get one boy group and one girl group. Go. It's just too much. It's too much. And I think when you have two girl groups that have big fan bases on the same label, to have their comebacks within 3 days of each other, it's just bizarre to me. I was like, I love the music SM puts out, but so many of their business moves are confusing. I'm perplexed by how they move as a business sometimes. Anyways, let's move on. I want to talk about BI. Okay. BI debuted as the leader of the boy group iKON in 2015. He left in 2019 and he has been a solo artist kind of ever since. This is a new EP. It's called Love or Loved Part 2. We got 5 songs. The title track is called Loved, Loved, Loved. I like this. This is a more kind of vulnerable softness here. I'm here for it. I'm here for this side of BI. I love the opening vocals with the acoustic guitar. Really nice. You know, BI was traditionally a rapper in his group. He can sing. And now that he's solo, we're getting more and more of that as well as rapping. I loved it. I love the softness of this song. And I also really, really like the lyrical content. This is a mature song. This isn't like, I'm heartbroken. Oh, why'd you leave me? It's really taking accountability. Like, is 26 and he's way more mature in this song than a lot of guys I know who are much older. He says, I just need to look in the mirror, always stretching the truth. I need to learn to be honest. I had a love and I lost it. And then the first verse starts, and it's kind of more of like a talk singing, like a in between rap and singing. And he says, there's one part where he mentions, ask me if I love attention. I'll say no, but I'm lying. There's a lot of this like accountability and reflecting on his behavior. Yes. Yes, BI. Please, can you rub off on all men? It's so refreshing to hear this because, again, it's not just like, oh, I'm sorry I lost you. I'll do anything to get you back. It's kind of like he's already more in the relationship. Now he's saying, I need to fix my stuff. I need to grow up and man up here. I love it. It's a chill vibe. This is a very easy song to listen to. And he delivers. He delivers vocally and again, lyrically. I love this song. So loved worked for me, but now I want to talk about the music video. Do we have a K-drama star on our hands? Because he is phenomenal in this. Really like handsome. And everyone knows BI is handsome. I don't think I'm telling you guys something you don't know. Like, what? I didn't realize this guy was super handsome. But the whole music video, to me, it felt like a K-drama. And it's about him mourning this lost love, you know, having flashbacks to being with his girlfriend and now she's not there. It's a simple concept, but I really liked the interaction between him and the lead actress. Oh, it was so lovely. I don't know why K-pop fans get mad at that. Because for me, in my like delusional brain, then you can see what he's like with a girlfriend. I think it makes me like them more because it's like, oh wow, like this guy would be a great boyfriend or whatever. I've always thought it's weird that fans get so upset and jealous when there's a love interest in like a music video. I don't know. For me, it really works. I love it. And in this case, she was beautiful. They both did great acting, and it just felt, yeah, there was something about this that was very warm. The styling really worked. He looked so handsome in every scene. And I love this whole image. I love this whole kind of turn for BI. This is something a little different than the last EP. And it works really, really well. It works really, really well. The softness and the vulnerability look good on him. I loved it. I'm here for it. Let's talk about the album. He gave us 5 songs. These were my album picks. I loved Four Letters and All Shook Up. So, Four Letters features James Reed, and I really am a fan of his voice. He sings on the Roses Say Yes. One of my favorite songs by The Rose. I listened to that song so much. Talk about like a positive message and a joyful song. Love it. So when I was listening to this, I was like, who is that? Whose voice is that? And I looked down and saw it was his. This is a good feature. He adds to the song. There's this like dreamy guitar that starts things off, but it's a little deceiving. This isn't a happy song. It's a breakup song. And what I like about it, it's not, again, he's playing with like some different facets of a love and heartbreak that aren't kind of the traditional stereotypical ones that we always hear, right? It's not the stereotypical falling in love, it's not the stereotypical breakup. This one's a breakup song, but it's not the crying, heartbroken one. It's kind of realizing we fell out of love, it's time to break up. It's sad, but it's not like on the floor crying sad. It's a very specific feeling that I think they really captured. And I liked the lyrics. It has this lyric that's cuz love is 4 letters don't mean it's forever. Yeah, that's perfect. 4 letters forever. There's just a lot here that I really, really liked and I think worked really well. All Shook Up, it has a chorus that's really catchy and a little bit cute. There's a little cuteness here. I'm talking about the softness and the vulnerability of BI. In All Shook Up, you feel it. You feel it. He's falling for this girl. He's all shook up and he's letting himself. He's not running away. The feelings are there. He used to run from love, but now he's getting closer. You know, he's open to what's happening and to the warm, bubbly feelings he's feeling with this person. It's a love song. And the feature, there's also a good feature on this one from Indonesian singer Agnes Mo. She's great. I think it worked really well. And you all know me, I'm not like the biggest fan of features. These features felt like they were carefully placed and they made sense for the song and for the artist. I don't hate features. I'm fine with a whole album full of features, but I don't like when it's kind of cheaply done. And what I mean by that is it's two artists that would never interact or really be on a song together. This person's voice and their vibe doesn't even fit the group. Why are they doing this? That's what it bothers me when I'm like, this doesn't make sense and it doesn't really work. These features really worked. This felt like it all kind of meshed and it worked. So this whole project was really well done. Really, really well done. I'm a massive fan of BI. The more I watch him, the more I get why he has so many loyal fans and why his fans are so passionate about him. He's great. He's a super talent. It's time for my rankings from BI's new EP, Love or Loved Part 2, from least favorite to favorite. To be honest, this was a really nice project, but something has to land at number 5. So here we go. Number 5, Alone. Number 4, SOS. Number 3, All Shook Up. Number 2, Four Letters. And my number 1 song was the title track, Loved. I love it. I love it. I'm here for this. This is a really chill, cool album. It works well. So congratulations. Congratulations to BI. I think this is a really nice project and it worked for me. Let's move on to P1Harmony. This is just a single release, but I'm a massive fan of P1Harmony. I think they're so slept on, criminally slept on. I'll get to that in a second. But they're a 6-member boy group. They debuted in 2020 on FNC Entertainment. This is a single called Fall in Love Again. This is pure pop. This is pure pop. It's reminiscent of Gotta Get Back, the song they did with Pink Sweats. Although I've got to admit, I liked that song a little bit more than this one. This one is pretty basic. It's not bad, but there's nothing here reinventing the wheel. It's kind of, a little bubblegum pop ballad. Musically, it's not the most interesting, but it's well done. And I think vocally, they take a song that's okay to good. Vocally, they deliver, and their runs and phrasing add a lot to a basic song. So they've elevated the song with their delivery. It's kind of one of those like, I know he hurt you, but I promise you could, you can fall in love again. Not all guys are bad. You're safe with me, all that stuff. It's not the best song in the world, but I think it's cute and it's very well done. It's well produced. And vocally, they deliver. Vocally, they deliver. This to me is the best vocal line in the fourth generation. And I don't even think it's close. I think vocally, they have real talent on this group. Theo is so slept on. He has a tone that closely resembles Baekhyun. And if you know me, you know how much I love him. So when I hear him and that warmness, that fullness coming in, ooh, yes. And also Kiho's great. The leader has a really good voice. They're talented. They're really talented. And it drives me nuts that they're not bigger. Drives me nuts. They remind me so much of Monsta X. So much. I call them the little monsters. In my head, that's who P1Harmony is because they're very handsome, sexy. There's a little bit of a masculine vibe that some of the other boy groups don't have. They come off a little older, maybe more mature, but vocally they kill it. And then also the rappers are great. So these are my little monsters. I like the bridge phrasing the best. It really shows off their voices. The bridge is my favorite part of the song. But we have to talk about the music video because, like drama, the music video is what sold me on this song. It's so cute and creative. Okay, so they're like, it kind of takes place in a diner and they're helping this adorable creature. It's like this purple, like furry creature, kind of like Grimace, but way cuter. They're helping the creature get their partner back, which is another adorable creature. It's a unique concept and it's kind of a unique execution of a common storyline, you know? I loved it. I thought it was really great. P1Harmony, they're like professionals that do this for a living. Um, there was one part where it's like a big split screen and they had their names on the screen. I love when these groups do that. That's so smart. And it's a way for new fans to pick their bias to know who they like. The styling, it's handsome, it's cute, but not too cute. They're never too cute. Their styling's always kind of a handsome look. Again, they're a different type of group and I love it. It really resonates with me. So the music video was adorable. The music video was honestly so cute. It made me smile and laugh and it made me like the song more. Again, not a bad song, not my favorite song, but I like it and I'm just so happy to have new P1Harmony music. I feel that way about Ace. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Ace. They're one of my favorite groups. Talk about amazing vocal line. They're phenomenal and they're so slapped on. 4 out of 5 of them are now back from the military and they've released 2 songs now. And the only reason I haven't reviewed them is because they're pre-releases. So I'm waiting for the album and then I'll talk all about them. But I feel about P Harmony how I feel about Ace. You know, it's like, oh, I love this group and they're slept on and I want to talk about them and I want more people to get into them. P1Harmony is great. They deserve the world. Um, this was a good release. Not my favorite, which is nothing negative because like they have so many songs that are so good. This one might be your favorite. Give it a listen. Let me know what you think. Bias chat. My bias in this group is Intak. He's phenomenal and he's very charismatic live. And then Wrecker is Theo, but I've got to be real. He's like almost on the bias line. I think he's such a spectacular talent. It's hard not to be obsessed with him. And when you see this group live, they're different. They're different. They're so impressive. I was blown away. Blown away. Their performance and their aura. Oof. It was like men among boys, you know, comparing them to some of the other groups around their age. They're really a powerful group. So if you ever get a chance to see P1Harmony, check them out. I'm a massive fan. That's it for my new music tonight. Some shorter reviews. Maybe a lot of you are still listening to that 2-hour episode about Stray Kids. And this one was going to be shorter. I've got to save my voice. And also, I don't really have any K-pop news because I'm recording this. I'm not sure if you saw my newsletter last week. I decided to record episodes early because I have family coming in for Thanksgiving and I wanted to spend time with them and not have to record, edit, everything else. It's a lot of work just to do one episode, and my family will be here for a couple weeks. So I made the choice to pre-record as much as I can and get this one out. So no news from me this week. I'll catch up on everything when I'm back live. But next week, big show. Speaking of Red Velvet, next week I've got Red Velvet for you. I've got the boys and Enhypen's comeback. Really big week. Don't worry, I will be reviewing it all. So I will be here next week. Thank you for being with me. Sorry, I don't have any news updates for a couple weeks, but I didn't want to take a week off from the show and I didn't want to miss reviewing all of this music. There's so much good music being released in November. I had to record these episodes and do what I could to get new stuff out to you guys. But don't worry. I will be back with highlights from Mama. We've got that AT's comeback, all that stuff down the line. But next week, in Hypen, the boys, Red Velvet. Happy Sagittarius season to all the Sagittarius out there, by the way. That includes me. It's the best time of year. Let's live it up, fellow archers. Until next time, I will speak with you all next week. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being part of this world. Thank you for watching and subscribing and really just diving into K-Pop Weekly with me. This is a new show. It's a new undertaking for me. And I'm trying my best to get everything done and to produce a high quality show for you. But bear with me. It'll get better, and we're going to keep growing. So thank you. Thank you for listening and for caring about what I say and for being part of this community. Music is the universal language, and I believe it's the biggest connector in the world. So thank you for allowing me to connect with you. Hopefully, something I said tonight resonated with you. Maybe you have a totally different opinion, or maybe you're like, yep, I agree. Whatever it is, I'm happy to connect with you. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And I will talk to you next week. Bye.